Welcome class 5 in your science class, and today as I am taking the skeletal system and the nervous system, today I will explain you the skeletal system through the real skeletal, which you will see and you will come to know the different parts of the skeletal system. So at first you see I have explained you a little bit in my last video. Here you see the skeletal is given here. So one by one, at first see in the book, the first part is the skull part, and then there are two girdles. This is the pectoral girdle, this is the pectoral girdle, and this is the pelvic girdle, isn't it? Now you will see this is the hind limb and this one is the forelimb. Forelimb means your hand and hind limb means your legs. Okay, and you see this is the rib cage, and at the behind of the rib cage there is a vertebral column, and within this vertebral column, in the front, in the middle of this rib cage, you will see the sternum or the breastbone. So this is the breastbone from which the rib cage is being attached. So one by one I will just make you to understand what are the part of the this skeletal system. First one we will see, this is the skull. Okay, so this is the skeleton system, starts with the skull. So skull, you see there are 8 number of fixed bone. These 8 number of bones are very flat bones and very strong bones, and within this flat bones, this is called the cranium box. They are making the cranium box, and within this cranium box, within this flat bone, our brain is protected. Okay, you see the front part of the face. Front part of the face, there are 2 holes. This is for the eyes and this is the nostril hole. Okay, and you see within this skeletal system, teeth are being shown, but teeth are not actually our part of our skeletal system. These are different system, but they are being shown here, and this is the lower jaw. Okay, and total you will see 8 number of flat upper bone and 14 number of this facial bone. Altogether there are 22 number of bones. Okay, and these are for sockets for fixing the eyes, there is a socket for ear, there is a socket for your nose. So the nostrils are being opened here because of our nostrils, it opens inside our body and it just open in the windpipe, and then windpipe goes inside the lungs. Windpipe through the trachea, it goes inside the lungs. Now you will see this is the skull system. It is all together fixed, only the lower jaw. If we want to talk, if we want to eat, then only the lower part of our face or the lower part of our jaw we can move. The upper part you cannot move, and this is the cranium box in which brain is being protected. Any kind of jerk, any kind of shock is being protected from this cranium box. Okay, and you see at the back of this skull, it is started here. This is the vertebral column. This vertebral column goes up till our middle portion of our body till your anus. Okay, so this is the this vertebral column is made up of 33 small vertebrae, and these vertebrae are actually small bone pieces, and they are hollow inside. So why they are hollow? Because within that hollow portion our nerves are being, or spinal cord open to the brain. So this spinal cord or the spines go through this vertebral column and it ends up in the brain, because brain is being attaches with this vertebral column. The upper part of the vertebral column is very pointed, and that is called atlas. This atlas is being inserted inside the skull. It is not being jointed here. If it was jointed, then we cannot move our head. As it is being inserted, there is no joining. That is the reason we can move our head side to side, up and down. We can move our head. Understood? Now, this is the vertebral column, this is 33 in number, and they all are hollow in nature. They goes up to the anus. Our anus portion is here. You see there is a tailbone, you can say, and this is the very narrower in the anterior end of this tailbone. Actually, when the human, we know now we are the ascenders of the apes, or we are the ascenders of the monkey. Monkeys are having tail. So our ancestors had tails, and this is the extinct feature in the human being, that we had in our past we had tail. That's why this is very you see, this is this tailbone is actually narrower in the anterior part. So, this is the extinct feature of our tail, and it reminds us that in our past generation, when we are ascenders of the monkey, that's why we are having the extinct tail. Okay. Now, you see this vertebral column is in the back side. Here you see this is called the shoulder bone, or you can say it is the pectoral girdle. Why this is called girdle? Because there are two gaps where our hands are being inserted. The upper part of our hands, they are round in shape. This is called the humor bone. Okay. So, this is our hand. This total bones are actually hand. The upper part is round in shape, and they are inserted with this girdle, and this is the shoulder, this shoulder. Okay. And this bone is round in shape, and they go inside our this pectoral girdle. Okay. And just upside from the pectoral girdle, these are being started, and these are 24 in number. 12 are in this side and 12 are in this side, where these 1, 2, 3 and 4 are attached to each other. And the last one is here, it is, see, these are called the floating ribs. They are not attached. Okay, they are not attaching anywhere. This is called the floating rib, and the other ribs are 11 ribs are attached to each other, and in the front portion they are attaching to this portion. This is called the breastbone, or you can say this is called the sternum. Okay. In scientific language it is a sternum, but in a common language we can say this is the breastbone, and in the back these all ribs are attached to this rib cage. Clear to you? So, this rib cage, what is the function of this rib cage? Within this rib cage, all of our delicate organs like the heart, lungs and this liver, these all are present within this girdle, or this is cage. Okay. They are protecting our delicate organs. Otherwise, within the jugs, when you are fighting with someone, maybe these delicate organs can burst, they can be tissues can be burst out. So, due to this rib cage, our delicate organs are actually protected inside, and our body is having the strength and a particular and perfect shape. Clear? Now, we will come to the this forelimb. Forelimb is having the three parts: the upper forelimb, the lower forelimb, and this is actually the palm part. Okay, this is the last part, this is the palm part. So, this is this bone, the upper bone is called, actually this is called humor bone or the humor bone, and within the humor, and this is radius and ulna. So, this is radius and this is ulna. These are two radius ulna bone, and this is the humor bone. Okay. And within this radius ulna and femur bone, it is elbow portion. This portion is elbow portion, and there are two bones which are joining together. Within this joint there are cartilaginous part. Cartilage is actually not the hard bone. They are very soft in nature, and they are soft tissue. So, they are within inside this elbow, and there is a fluid called synovial fluid. These both make the movement of our elbow. That is why we can move our elbow like this, and if there is only bone portion, we could not able to move the elbow. Okay. Now, see, there are 8 number of carpals. These carpals are also, this is, see, this is the 8 number of carpals. Carpal means very small cartilaginous pieces which are attached to each other. So this is our wrist part, and now these are the carpal, metacarpal, and these are the phalanges. Okay, so the carpal, metacarpal, and then phalanges, these all are making the our finger part and the palm part of our hand. Okay, and there are the 8 sliding, these are sliding in nature. That means they can move from each other, they can move, they can just go one to another, or they can slide over each other. That's why we can make the movement of our wrist anywhere. We can move it rotational wise, we can move upward, we can move outward. So we can move any kind of movement from due to these carpals. Understood? And these phalanges, within these gaps, metacarpals and these phalanges having some gap, within this gap there is again cartilaginous bones which are making our limb. Okay, so these all are the structure of our forelimb, you can say, or the upper limb. Now we will come to this girdle. This is the pelvic girdle. This girdle is actually upper hip girdle. Okay, this is the hip girdle. Again you see there are two holes are there where this rounded bones go inside this girdle, and they makes the movement of our thigh portion. We can move our thigh, no? We can move our leg from this joint portion. So how it is possible? Due to this girdle, and this girdle is called the pelvic girdle. The last bone of the vertebra is just open in the anus bone, from where you are excreted each and every morning, and then this is the this part is actually, this is our hip girdle, you can say. This is giving the strength to our hip, and now these both rounded shaped bones goes inside the girdle and giving the support to the thigh bone, and this is the thigh bone. Thigh bone is actually the longest bone in our body, and another word you can say, this is called femur bone. This bone is called the femur bone. This is the longest bone, and the upper part of the femur is round in shape, which goes inside the girdle and giving support to our leg. Understood? Now again, just like the this bone, just like the joint of this elbow, there is knee, and knee actually leg supports the whole body. So the leg is having the more support. So you will see these bones are little bit strengthful, they are little bit more stronger than our hand bone. So this is the longest bone, and you see within this knee there are again these two bones are in the lower portion of our leg. These are called the radius, these were the radius and ulna. This is tibia and fibula. So tibia, fibula is also the two bones which are attaching to the feet part. Okay, so the feet is again there 8 number of, here it is the feet part again there you will see the ankle part, there are the 8 number of cartilaginous bones, and this cartilaginous bones attaches to the carpal, then carpal, this cartilaginous bones, small bones are called the carpals, then these are the metacarpals, these are the phalanges. Okay, so just like our forelimb, this is the structure of the hind limb, and now you see this is the part, you can you see this is the vacant part, there is no bone. So what is there? This is the stomach part. In the front portion, this is the stomach. At the back of the stomach, within both sides of this vertebral column, there are kidney is present. If you will take a deep breath, you will see there is one structure which is just within this shape. So this shape, this is the strongest shape, and after that our stomach don't have any bone. Then again there is a hip girdle, or you can say the pelvic girdle. So this is the lower part or the stomach part of our body where there is no bone in in the front portion, but the back portion there is a vertebral column, and both side of the vertebral column there are presence of kidney. There are two kidneys which are present here, one kidney and another kidney is present here. Okay, and the front portion is actually stomach portion. Okay, now do you have any question related? Then you can ask me. And vertebral column is actually vacant. I have told you they are just like the ring shape, just the ring are hollow. This hollow portion is present in the vertebral column. So the spine goes within this bone to within this vertebral column to the brain, and it sends the messages to the brain. Understood? So these all are the parts of our skeletal system. Now we have completed our skeletal system. Do you have any question related this? Then you can ask me through your message. You can ask me. Okay. Do you have any problem? Do you have any question? If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, do you have any question? Okay, you don't have any question related to your chapter? No, ma'am. Ma'am, how many bones are there in the finger? So there are actually two in this long fingers. There are the 3 bones, and there are only 2 bones, and here are 5 and here are 8. So you just join all together and then get the number of the bones. Okay, and total bone in our skeletal system is 209. In infant condition we have 350 bones, but gradually we get older, our bones join together, and ultimately the number of our bone is 209. Okay, and you count them. There are 3. So the 4 fingers are having the 3 bones. Here are 5 phalanges, metacarpals. Here are 2 and here are 8. Okay. Now 14 number. Yes. Now ma'am, at the down of elbow there are 2 bones, but why? They are giving support, no? You see there, if it is only the fixed bone only, then these carpals may be not so functionate. So this is giving the support, and the muscle supports are there for gliding this carpals. That's why these are divided into 2, which is making our work easy. Okay, we can pull anything, we can carpals can move and slide on each other due to the presence of the 2 thin bones. Clear? Anything else? Ma'am, please show the skull again. Okay, skull is there. You see, number of skull is here. Total number of bones are 22. 8 number of bones are flat in nature. That means they don't have any curve. They are fixing together to make the skull box, or you can say they are making the cranium box. Within this cranium box, brain is there. Okay, and these are the facial bones. Only the lower jaw is movable. Other parts you cannot move. They are 14 in number, as all together in the skull 22 bones. You want some specific part of the, and the see, this is the lower part, the back part of the skull. Here within this cap, the atlas or the first vertebra is being inserted within the skull. Clear to you? Okay. Now I have shown you the skull, dear. Sternum. Sternum is this. Breastbone is called the sternum. The front portion, ribs are attaching to your breastbone, and this breastbone is called the sternum. Okay? Okay, anything? Yes. Ma'am, please show the floating ribs. You see, number of ribs are 11. Actually, total number of ribs are 12 this side, 12 this side. And you see the last rib, it is not being attached to the rib cage. So, this rib, these both ribs are called the floating ribs. Okay? These are floating because they are not attaching to the breastbone, or you can say the sternum. That is why these two ribs are called floating ribs. Clear? Okay. Now, that is all for the day, and I hope you enjoyed the structure of the bones, and you come to know how this skeletal system gives us a strength and support for the movement and for different kind of function. And you think about it. If any related question you arise or you think about it, you can ask me in my next class. Okay? Thank you and bye. Have a nice day. Please give your attendance.